I'm pretty excited because this week we are getting to actually put up the trusses. We've gotten all the OSB installed on the walls and we've got everything braced and ready to go. The truck arrived the other day, so we're all set. One thing I did though, I had planned on using the Skylift to put the trusses up, but it just proved to be a little bit too small of a vehicle to be able to do it. And a recommendation from the truss guy was to actually call in a crane to do the heavy lifting, and so that's what I did. I went ahead and booked a crane for the day, knowing that it's going to take us a while to get this done since it's just Colleen and I. Hopefully the truck driver will help us out a little bit, and the crane operator, and we'll be able to get this done smoothly. This is the first time I've ever installed trusses on my own like this, and so it'll be quite an adventure to get this done. You know, there's just a lot of ladder work. I also got a hold of some 24-inch braces, strong tight braces, to be able to keep the trusses separated and even as I'm going, and I've marked everything 24 inches on center on the top of the double top plates. So we're ready to go. Let's get started with putting in the trusses. One thing I will say is I don't anticipate a lot of filming of this. I'm going to try and do some some time lapse with it and get what footage I can, but because of being up in the rafters and trying to do this with the crane, I don't know how much filming we'll get done of that, but we'll try and capture what we can. So come along as we put in trusses.
The city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race. What's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5. Happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list, girl, you can skip this funny business. 'Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need, but there is breakneck, paycheck, rat race. What's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. All my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cool night. Yeah, you can keep simple life. Oh Lord, you can keep your 9 to 5.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, man, I am beat. This is probably the hardest thing that we've done yet on the build. There's a lot of up and down that ladder, man. I'm absolutely worn out. We didn't get a lot of footage of the trusses. I did get some time lapse of it, but it was just too much going on and way too dangerous to be trying to film a great deal. Sorry for that. That's something I wish we were able to reconcile, but it was not. It was unavoidable. It was unavoidable. Some lessons learned in this for sure. I don't even know where to begin. We had a great help from the crane operator. Between Colleen and I and the crane operator, we managed to get this done. There was obviously, because there was some dips and stuff in the cement, there was also some high and low spots in the wall, and I made the mistake, my first mistake, in thinking that I was helping by clearing out the area for the crane, was taking down my braces, which I actually needed to pull the walls in and out. And so we had to do that during the thing. I had to reconnect some of those and redo some of those in order to, you know, make sure the walls were plumb and even. We managed to get that done, but it was a tremendous amount of work to get that done. There were a couple high and low spots where we had to undo some anchor bolts and shim the bottom a little bit and square that up. But all in all, it went pretty well considering what we had here. This is certainly a multi-person job, but you know, we're trying to do this ourselves. In fact, the driver told me, which kind of, I don't know, made me kind of sad, is he said he did a job about this size, if not a little bit bigger, and they were done in an hour. And today took us about 6 hours altogether to get this done. So, you know, for two rookies that have never done this before, I'm pretty impressed with it. Actually, we did pretty good with 6 hours. Not exactly the money I wanted to spend, considering I had the skylift, but there was absolutely no way to have gotten this done with that little skylift. There was just no way to get the boom up high enough and safe enough to be able to, like, level out the trusses. And there was no way that two of us could, you know, put the trusses up there and then roll them back up into position and slide them along. It's just impossible. So, you know, we have to learn where our limits are. We have to understand where our boundaries are and when we need help. And this was an area that, you know, I certainly could have used more help. I didn't have anybody available except for Colleen and I. But Jerry, the crane operator, was off the charts as far as helping us out, and you know, just overall critique. You know, there's a lot of humility that comes with building your own stuff, and you know, there are mistakes, and so it was good to have him here. It was good for him to be able to point those things out, areas that I needed to you know, correct and shim up. You know, in all honesty, about the third truss in, I was pretty pissed off that things were uneven and not going exactly how I wanted to, and I wanted to quit. You know, I wanted to quit and just say, you know what, we'll stop here, let me get this all sorted out and pristine, and then we'll call you back. But the fact is, we're in the middle of it, we're in the heat of the battle, so, you know, it's time to suck up some pride and just be humble about it. And, you know, I got a great deal of suggestions, got some great tips and tricks from the man, and he really did help us out with that. So I'm pretty stoked with overall how it went, and definitely a lot of lessons and takeaways when it comes to time to build a house. That for sure is something, you know, we're gonna do. Jerry, the crane operator, was pretty good about giving us his personal number, and said that if we wanted to do that on a Saturday, it would be, you know, you could work out a different rate than the regular weekday. So I'm all in all definitely going to do that, and I will certainly have help, because excuse me, the roof for the house is not just a straight gable to gable roof like this one for the shop. It's got a couple of you know, different sections of roof on it. So it's going to be multifaceted when it comes to the trusses for that. And so we're going to definitely elicit some help in getting that done. Anyway, I'm pretty stoked with where we're at with this. And now we'll continue on with doing all the bracing tomorrow and starting in with the blocking and getting it even more secure than it is. Pretty stable right now. It's not going anywhere between tonight and tomorrow. So anyway, I've had to sit this one out because I'm really torn up. Anyway, until tomorrow, we'll get back at it. Well, it's a new day and I am back at it. Got a little bit of rest. I'm still tired from yesterday, but gonna get on the blocking and the permanent bracing here and get this locked in so that I don't have to worry about it in any wind. Hopefully work on this week also the getting out the outriggers and doing the fascia for the entire shop, so that way I can start working on sheeting. But anyway, we'll get at it and see what we can get done today. One thing that makes this ultra confusing in trying to figure out the bracing is that the company that built my trusses sends all this package with it that helps explain the lateral bracing and temporary bracing and all that, and it is a nightmare to try and sort out. And trying to find a lot of stuff on YouTube or anywhere else online makes it even more difficult to try and figure out what to do. But what I figured out is on the drawings themselves, right there where those marks are the actual lateral placements for my 2x4s that go run the length of the trusses. So that's what we have. This is the recommendations. More government stuff for you, of course. Well, instead of the standard hurricane clips on this, I'm going to be using the Simpson Strong Drive. They're rated for this type of trusses and roof application, and that way it'll secure the trusses down to the top plates even more secure. So we'll give that a go. I already put in a couple and they are pretty impressive, but we'll get on that as well today. I have to put lateral cross bracing across the inside of this thing, and I was trying to figure out exactly where, based on the engineering drawings, that I needed to do this. What's actually kind of cool, and I just noticed it, is that the manufacturer of the trusses put the mark on the actual placement inside the webbing. So that's pretty cool. That saves me a lot of time and measurement trying to figure that out. Well, today was certainly another long day, doing all the bracing, the blocking on the end of the building, and then on the lateral truss braces. It was certainly a chore. I did a lot of up and down the ladder, and yeah, well, I am almost as tired as I was yesterday. But the nice part is the trusses are in and they are installed correctly and they are mounted down, so there's no movement. So next we have to do the outriggers up on the top here along the bottom, so I can hang the fascia, and then it's I also have to do the plywood on this side and get the sheeting up along with the outriggers. I'll get that done probably in the next probably starting Monday or Tuesday, and then we are good to go for sheeting this roof. So pretty excited about where we're at. A lot of progress over the last few days, and certainly not without a lot of help. Anyway, if you like this type of thing, please remember to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. All right, thanks for watching.